Welcome to another episode of Economic Impact.
I always loved football. Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Will I leave a legacy? Will I leave a good impact?
How did you then transition to creating the bike?
That was a long process. Gathered the team, we had a meeting. And then I said, I have a suggestion. What do you think we build a bike? Is it possible? He said, yeah. And everyone was like, okay. I told him, you have 2 months. Electric is the way for a bike.
How many kilometers can you do on one charge?
The bike goes 300 kilometers per charge.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Economic Impact. We have a great guest with us today, Mr. Rashid Al Salmi, the founder of Sulmi, the electronic bike that has been produced here in the United Arab Emirates. I'm super excited to get an opportunity to speak with him. Rashid Bouleith, welcome. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
So can you just start by going all the way back? Where did you grow up in the UAE? Can we just start with that? And then I want to talk a bit about your schooling as well.
I grew up in the UAE, in Dubai, in Jumeirah. I always loved football since I was a kid, like a Brazilian player. I even slept with the football, that much how I loved it. And I was really good at it.
Amazing.
I was really good at it.
So you were an athlete, and you really enjoyed sports.
Yes.
Okay.
So since I was 8 or 9 years old, I played in Al Nasr football club like for a few months. Then we just changed to Al Wasl club. Then from 13 or 12 years old until 17 years old, I played.
And how was that? I mean, was that something that you had to practice every day? Did you have? I'm sure there must have been, a lot of commitment that was put into that.
Yes, of course. So we have to go to the club, to the academy. It wasn't like an academy, but it was a training.
The sports facility.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after school, the bus comes, go to the Al Wasl club, play, train until Maghrib, and then back to home.
And how did you feel? I mean, because it was a young age, and you started at 7, and you did that to what age? Late teens, maybe?
Yeah, until 17 years old.
Until 17 years old. And did you feel that that was something that helped you develop a sense of teamwork, camaraderie, these kinds of things? Is that some of the lessons that you got out of that?
It does actually. It makes you very. It grows your intelligence to pay attention to details. Listen to the coach. So you have a coach, of course. So many things is good in playing in an academy or in a training with a group. Of course, also it teaches you discipline and many things. Yeah.
I can imagine, and the commitment, the time that it must take. What was challenging? I mean, I can imagine over those years when you were playing that sport, you must have faced different challenges. So could you give some examples of some of those challenges, some of those days where maybe you didn't want to go to practice or didn't want to participate in the games?
Yeah, I was not a very good. I was very. How can I say it? Mazaji in Arabic.
Moody.
Mazaji, yeah, moody.
Moody.
Yeah, and my parents will be not happy that why you're not, go to training. When I was 17 years old, I said, "Khalas, that's enough." I remember we were in the camp in Czech Republic, and my friend Rashid Khalil, and I told him I just want to go home. And that year actually it was high school. Khalas, we are finishing with high school.
Right.
And I remember I had bad grades. I really had bad grades, and I said, "How did this happen? Because of the football. Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Is it a long term? Will I leave a legacy? Will I leave a good impact for the community, for my family, for the UAE, for the Arabs?" So when I went back home, I immediately went to my mother. I kissed her leg, and I said, "I love you. I think I know what I will do." And then I just kept receiving calls from the club. And I said, "Where is Rashid?" They kept calling my father, and my father got mad at me. And then my uncles, because they are all play football.
At that point, you knew that you wanted to leave football.
Yeah.
But did you know what you wanted to do next? At that point?
Related to science.
Something in science.
Yes, something in
Why
science.
science? Why that spark your curiosity?
Because when I thought about it, science lives with you even if when you are not, living on Earth.
Amazing.
You live 60, 80 or 100 years, and then people remember you in the books. And actually then, this is what I was saying, oh God, guide me.
So you knew it was science, you wanted something in the science field, but you didn't know yet what in science.
Yeah, it was really, really hard decision. You love something so much, and then suddenly I have to stop it. I always loved scientists. Science always attracted me. I read books here and then, but football was distracting me from it. So then I had to stop. That's why, like few months even, just needed to clear my mind. And this is actually then I came to know when teens, when they are like 16 to 26 approximately, give or take, they go through this uncertainty or unclear, and they need a mentor or someone to guide them or just to give them advice. Otherwise, they will not. They will just keep struggling until they are 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so you decided, I'm going to leave football. I want to do something in science. I'm not sure what it is yet, but let me go on this journey. So what was that journey up until you realized what you wanted to do? What were those few months or a year? I don't know how long it was, but
a
few months. What was
yeah.
that like? What was going through your head? How were you trying to figure out specifically what you wanted to do?
So maybe going back when in 2001 or 2000, and we just moved to our new home. I met new neighbors, Ahmad and Isa. We will rent, I don't know I forgot the name of it. الكاسيت هذا العود.
The VHS.
VHS.
Yes, the tapes.
Yeah, we rent and then we see a movie, Gone in 60 Seconds. When I said about Gone in 60 Seconds, it just hit me. I had to go and watch it again. Why? And it's goosebump again. And I saw the relationship between a car or a man and the machine.
Right.
And how he loved the car and the car with the sound. And I'm like, I'm going to get this car. I just love this car.
The Mustang, right? The
Yes.
69?
Yes.
They call it Eleanor.
Eleanor. And then when I got the license, my first car was a 97 or 98 Camaro. I don't know why I told my father I like it. I'll just get it. He said, this is a garbage and it will keep having problems. I said, I want it, I'll pay for it. And then I got opportunity actually to buy a Mustang. So maybe that, this machine and the human and the relationship, it just sparked in me and kept in my mind. Yeah.
Were you working on the cars? I mean, you said that the first one, the Camaro, had different issues or problems. Did you try fixing stuff yourself, or how was that relationship being built with that machine?
I didn't want actually to work on it or do anything because I was studying in the college, HCT. After 1 year, I just had to put an air filter.
Yeah.
They call it cold air filter. I don't know why, but it's just an air filter. And that was the first modification
that you did with that car.
Yeah.
So then, what took you from there to then deciding to create a vehicle or a machine on your own?
I remember someone asked me, "Oh, you built your own car?" I said, "No, it's not like I built my own car. I worked on my own car."
Right. It sounds to me that you had aspirations. You loved these kinds of machines and vehicles, high performance vehicles.
Yes.
And how did this then become an actual project? Something that you build or create yourself. Not the car, but how did you then transition to creating the bike?
I had to learn how to raise money. What's a startup? What is a small business? And I had to learn this all by myself. And the great thing, because I used to read a lot, so I know what type of books. Because reading is not just reading. You need to know the way how to pick up a book. So I got inspired by Koenigsegg and Pagani, Rimac then. Rimac actually is older than me, just a year. So what he did is it blew my mind actually. and now he runs a Bugatti.
That's amazing.
He doesn't even believe it. Yani every time he would say this. So yeah, I got inspired by them. That's one of the big reasons why I wanted to do this.
So you formed Sulmi. Can you talk about Sulmi and what it is exactly? I mean, obviously I know, but for the sake of the viewers, what have you created essentially?
So it started as a project. So the garage was just paying for our bills, and then I needed a car. So I wanted to prove to the world that as an Emirati Arab Muslim from the Middle East can build, not just assemble, can build the technology in vehicles, in the transportation industry, mobility, locally, like truly. So the car, I got a car, and then I needed a name, I needed the license. I was like, okay.
So first it was you wanted to create a car, not a motorcycle.
A car, yes.
A car, okay.
And I never see this as anything just impossible. I see things possible. 2019, I got the license, and before getting the license was also like getting the name. I was not sure what name, and I remember I had a manager who was from UK, and he said, I was shy to tell him. He said, like, tell me what's in your mind. I said, you know, we want to build this project with the car manufacturer and build a car, a supercar. What do you think if we call it my family name? He said, why not? I said, really? So I was not expecting maybe he will make fun of me or something, you know, Arabic name. I don't mean like I'm proud I'm Arab, of course, and so on. He said, why not? You know, can you spell Lamborghini? I said, no. Can you spell Bugatti? I said, no. Koenigsegg. You love these guys, right? I was surprised the way how he said it. I tried to get the license, and something just happened. Then September, got the license.
Can you describe the bike, the bicycle itself?
So then we moved into the bike after the pandemic. I was like, okay, now we need to get into the, you know, we need to have a really working prototype. And then I said, I have a suggestion. What do you think we build a bike? Is it possible? He said, yeah. And everyone was like, okay. I said, I have no ideas about bikes. I'm not a biker. You know, you guys will work on it. I'll be with you. And then we just debated, discussed, and it was an amazing meeting. We finished, got out from there, minutes of meetings. This is what we're going to do. I told them, you have 2 months. And they kept looking at me. I said, no, don't worry. We'll have an MVP. That's it. You don't need to work on the design now. We'll do the design later. It's okay. We just need an MVP. Then get the clients, because I believe, you know, the bike, the reason why this happened, I didn't like the internal combustion bikes.
Right.
So electric is the way for a bike, but for a car, maybe a supercar.
Yeah.
For a commuter car, that's okay. A sedan, like a Tesla, that's great. For a bike, you know, for a delivery, that's an amazing solution, but we need to convince everyone. So what are the challenges? The challenges is having a small vehicle, having
enough charge.
a lot of energy, enough charge to go distances that competes with the internal combustion bike, because they were like, wow. But their problem, you spend on it, once you operate it, in a year you spend not less than 28,000 for the bike, the internal combustion bike. So getting an electric, it's actually great for economics.
For maintenance.
For maintenance. So even if you buy it like upfront, you buy it like 8,000 or 7,000, having this bike, electric is the best solution. But we need to convince the customer. Now who's the customer? It's not the delivery company. It's the rider.
The driver, yeah.
And this is what many, they miss it. So from our background, we are techie. We do design, we do engineering, so we were crazy. And so we built the MVP actually in 2 months.
So just to ask, how far or how many kilometers can you do on one charge? This is interesting for us.
Yeah, so the bike goes 300 kilometers per charge, and an actual, you know, not just claimed marketing.
Right.
So you have the highway range and you have the combined range.
Right.
So you need, of course, you need a bigger battery, but the trick actually is if you do most of the drivetrain in-house.
So it can do up to 300 kilometers. And what's the top speed? Obviously, it's not something that you want for racing, but you want it to be able to go on the highway and, you know, go at least the speed limit of the highway, you know, 120, 140 maximum. You know, can it do that?
So yeah, for the fleet, we are limiting it 120.
Okay.
But for the enthusiast and for whoever loves, you know, electric
can go much
motorbike,
faster.
it goes more than 150, about 155. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, very interesting. So that makes it very commercially viable. Essentially, you have the range that you need and you have the speed that you need. And absolutely, I mean, the world that we live in today, you know, maybe half the vehicles on the road outside of, you know, personal vehicles are going to be typically your delivery bikes and your delivery riders. And they operate for all kinds of businesses, from food to electronics to, you know, everybody has some form of delivery need. So that's great. And your price point, is it comparable in range? Now, again, you gave kind of a comparison to the combustion engine today that is, you know, they pay a certain cost when they buy, but then they have probably anywhere from 25 to 30,000 of maintenance just in the first year because of the quality. I'm sure you've thought about this. So what is your bike come at from a cost perspective, and does it have a similar maintenance cost, or is it good to go?
So for the price, we decided with the B2B to enter the market now on a founder's edition, we call it. So for the enthusiast.
Right.
Due to it requires a big capital and the risk is higher actually, but at least we proved that it is possible, and we knew exactly what the consumer wants, which is the B2B. So we tried many ways. Even they tested our bike, the prototype. It's registered, by the way. Many people think it's not registered. No, it's registered over a year. I've been riding it by myself. And
if you don't have a price, do you have a target price? What you would like to sell it at?
Less than 12,000, and maybe I'm targeting even 8,000.
Even 8,000.
Yeah.
So then you become very comparable.
This is for the B2B.
Yeah. Of course. And your battery, is your battery on the bike, is it chargeable directly, or is it one of those, you know, I've ridden those e-bikes that you'll find in countries around the world, right? Uber has them, Lime has them. There's a lot of famous companies. And what I've noticed is that their battery packs, which typically last them for the day, or, you know, a certain number of hours, they are replaceable. So they don't take it and then charge it, but rather they bring like a whole bunch of batteries and then they replace the used battery with a brand new battery. It's like locks, they release it and then lock a new one in. Right? So are you doing something like that where the battery is replaceable, so you get quick kind of recharge, or is it something where it's a plug-in?
I'm not a believer in the swap. I think it's a bad investment. Okay, this is my personal view, because in the automotive industry you require like 5-7 years of billions of investment, and the technology of the battery is evolving so quickly.
Your
so
preference
we
is
prefer
on the plug.
You charge it in any charger. Any charger.
And how long does it take on average to charge?
So you have 3 levels. Level 1, which is the normal home outlet. The level 2, like around 2-3 hours. But the level 3, which is the fast charger, will take around 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
reasonable.
So our bike is a full-fledged, like, big bike, not just a scooter or an e-bike. No.
No, it's a proper motorcycle.
Yeah, motorcycle. Yeah. We gave that battery to a grocery with our design, with our programming. And I was like worried a little bit because, you know, it's a prototype. You don't know what will happen if something happen. Like on paper, everything legit. You don't worry. But, you know, anything happen with a prototype.
Right.
So when they tested it, the guy called me and he said, "Can I have more?" I said, "Okay, hold on. Can you tell me what happened?" He said, our battery, like jelly batteries, they get it from China. It stays only 6 months. It needs to be, they have to charge it 2 times or 3 times a day. And so it doesn't go far. you know, and this is just a scooter.
Right.
It shows you how bad is the battery quality, how bad is the motor, how bad is the electronics around the e-bike that they are using. So they have to change their battery every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So and it charges, I thought 6 hours, they told me 8 hours. I'm like, 8 hours, so the whole night. I said, okay, how did you see hours? He said, I use it almost full day, I charge it 20 minutes. I said, are you sure you're joking with me? He said, no, seriously. So we built them another one, and then another one, just to test. I said, you don't need to pay.
So you're building the battery yourself?
Yeah, so, and this is really hard, and I don't advise anyone to do, because it spends a lot of money.
Right.
You know, you can just speak to a manufacturer in China.
Incredible. Yeah, you're assembling the components that you're choosing the specs that you want specific for your bike.
Yeah. So, because the reason why, if you want to compete with an internal combustion bike, you need to know the problem of an electric bike. So the problem is not just the battery, because we've tried this in the beginning in 21. You know, we tested them, and then from my research, I had an idea of a design of a battery, and then I spoke, I don't know, by luck or qadar, I met a guy, and I said, he's an electronic engineer, and I said, I have this design, and I want you to... No, at the beginning, actually, I told him I need these components. He said, well, what are you doing? I said, I'll not tell you until you sign an NDA. He signed the NDA, and then I told him, he said, I'm in, I want to be in. So I said, okay, first of all, we'll have it step by step, you build this battery. And when he built it, then we fixed it on any scooter. It performed double, and it went at least half of extra the range it has.
Extra 50%.
Yes. So I was like, wow, okay. So now problem one solved. Design, we can do it. It's okay. Design was not the main problem. The main problem is fixing this issue with why these companies doesn't want to accept electric motorbike. Motor will be very expensive to work on it, but something I really want to work on it.
Currently, are you using something that you got?
We use, yeah. I would prefer if we can do that, but...
That's probably a future plan.
Yeah, because we don't find exactly the components as we require, and that's another problem.
Yeah.
We can work with a manufacturer outside, but we need to secure our tech first.
Right.
So that's what we did in the beginning. So yeah, we do design and engineering, and then, so now we decided to launch the Founders Edition bike.
How many have you produced so far?
So we have one.
One.
Yeah,
okay.
But what the strategy is actually, you pay for the components, you get your money back if you don't like the bike. So we decided we change our strategy from B2B to B2C. The reason why we saw a lot of excitement from the public more than the B2B. So then when we saw there is public interest of the individual bike, so we started working on it, and then we show it and make it in the Emirates, and people were like, we have over 2/3 of people booked.
Amazing.
Without any marketing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And if people want to reach out to you in order to order one of these Founders bikes, how would they do that?
They can reach out to the Instagram or...
it's Sulmi on Instagram?
Yeah.
Is it SULMI?
Yeah.
Okay, just so that it's clear for
Yeah.
everybody. Do you have a website, or it's just directly Instagram?
We have
social media, maybe?
Yeah, we have a website. People can also book the bike through the website. We did a demo day, and we started getting deposit from people.
Great.
So we are trying to have like around 5 bikes for the first batch, which will be really special.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really, really proud, this is happening.
So I think you answered my last question, but I'll just ask it. So where will you be in a year's time? Will there be a certain number that you think will be outproduced? Is there anything else that we can expect within a year?
Inshallah, I look forward to deliver the 200 bikes. So in a year's time, inshallah, you will see our bikes on the road.
Amazing.
There are some people even from Morocco, from Oman, from Saudi, from Qatar who booked also.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
it'll be an Emirati export, inshallah.
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 Yeah, and then we have our own, our own legit, big factory. Not too big, but big enough. Yeah, in a year.
In a year.
Yeah, but
I'll have to visit that. I'll come see it, inshallah.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for your time today. From school to sports to working on your own cars to creating your own garage and the journey of all of that to reach to the point of creating your own e-bike makes us all so proud. I wish you all the success, inshallah, and we have to sit again in the near future. But thank you again for your time today.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you.